We have 45,000 years of documentation. So we've been using music as medicine for a very long time. It's based on a vibratory science. And so what I do is harp enrichment for animals. And when you do it for people, it's called harp therapy. We can give you elements you actually need, and you're not going to take more than you need. And it's all easy and it's all good. We're going to go down, and first thing we're going to do is get through the gates, find out which of the pastures the llamas are in. And then we're going to look for a good place for us to go ahead and set up, have a place to sit and play. And then we'll play for them. We'll see if there's anything in particular they need. Cytocymatics is how sound affects cellular material. We can do the same thing, but we can give across the cell walls because they're permeable. So the area of study that I did was in blood pressure. 9 different elements that affects blood pressure. So a couple that you would know are oxygen and potassium. Those are common. And in my research found what the vibratory property of them was, applied it to the harp as I understood it. And so those are the things that we can do.
From the beginning of time, with the drumming around the fire in all the cultures, that music and that drumming was driving brainwaves into whatever state. Maybe it was a focus state. Maybe it was let's rally for war state. Maybe it's a let's sit down and talk state. But from the beginning of time, that's one of the biggest ways we've communicated. And Sue took it to another level.
Depending on who calls me for what issues they may have, I go ahead and go into the facility and we talk about the problems that there may be with the animals, and then begin to see where they are in a resonant fashion. It's a 3-minute access on a cellular basis to find out where they're at. And then between 10 to 20 minutes, we can bring them into a resting state.
All music, pretty well, is a brain driver. We're using brainwave state entrainment. That's the tendency of brainwaves to fall in step with pulsed light and sound, in this case, sound. So when one's listening to music that's specifically created with a clear intention, it all matters and it translates perfectly to whomever's listening.
I'll use her music just because I've seen it work. It helped me. I've seen it work on at least half a dozen animals that I've done it with. And anytime I have an animal that has anxiety, or I've used it with some of the birds when they get all riled up. I've used it to calm them down. Played it for the horses a little bit. It's kind of hard to get the horse in the house, but not that I haven't tried.
My goal would to be literally to have 6 acres be a sanctuary of calm and peace for people and animals, so they could come and be tended to, and we could send them off in a more peaceful manner. And the second part of that is teach others, share that, because it needs to continue after I'm gone. It's not about me, me, me. It's about sharing. It always has been. So that's what I want to be able to do, is to share that. And this is one of those ways.